Hello everybody, welcome back to Planet X News. This is Scott from the Nibiru channel. It is June 30th, 2017, and earlier today I received an inbox message from one of our subscribers over in Poland, and he sent in some absolutely fantastic photographs using a solar filter on a camera or possibly a telescope. It wasn't specified, but I wanted to share the photographs with you for a very specific reason. And we're looking at one of his first photographs that he sent in. And I believe this was a series of photographs. They were either taken at sunset or sunrise. But regardless of when these photographs were taken, his question was, what are these objects around the sun? Now, we've mentioned many times before about multiple brown dwarf stars around our sun. And whenever I was viewing this photograph, I was pretty amazed at what I was seeing. Because as you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and it just keeps on going on and on and on. Now, you might think to yourself, are those just background stars? Are those planets? What might they be? Well, myself and our physicist were looking at these photographs, and these objects are being either illuminated by the sun, or they are actually starting to emit their own light. Now, whenever you're using a solar filter on a camera, normally all you're going to see is the round illuminated sun. That's it. But you can clearly see in the background you're looking at a lot of different objects. Now, I took some of the photographs and I started to analyze them a little bit further. Now, this is just a solar filter on the program that I have for pictures. Pretty basic. So I ran this through our solar filter, and lo and behold, you can see these objects a lot brighter. Let me just bring this in a little closer here and get rid of that top banner. Now, you can see these objects are much brighter. You can see them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. They just keep going on and on and on. Now, you know, folks, if these were background stars, then you would see all of them all over the place. However, we don't believe that these are background stars. You could see them all over, everywhere around the sun. Now I'm going to go ahead and back out of this. We're going to look at another photograph. This is another solar filter as far as the program for pictures. And you can see, I hope you can see that, they're very faint. There's one here, here, and here. And again, you know, folks, if there were background stars showing up, they would be absolutely everywhere through the photograph. But whenever you're using these solar filters or a sun filter on a camera or a telescope, you're not going to see all of that. You're just going to see the round disk of the sun. Now, I cropped this image because this object here seemed to be a lot bigger than all the rest. Now, you know, the closer I zoom in, it's going to pixelate a little bit. It's going to distort the image a little bit, but you can see the object here. You can see another object here and another faint object right here. And again, based on the resolution of your computer screen or your television or however you're viewing this, the object is right there. There's another object right here. So there's no doubt that we have multiple. Let me rephrase that. We have a lot of objects, substellar objects, around our sun. The fact of the matter is, they're there. We're going to look at another photograph here. Now, this was an object that was near the lower right-hand side of the sun in the photograph. Now, it's going to pixelate a little bit because I'm zooming in, but I want you to see it. It's right there. Right there. Now, I did put the photograph against, solar system scope to make sure that I wasn't viewing Mercury close to the sun or, Venus or something like that. Nothing showed up. Nothing is there. But we have this object here. I'll zoom it in so you can see it. I mean, it's not that clear, but you can certainly see this object. Now, while we're here, let's see if we can maybe put another filter on this and see if we can get a clearer picture of what is actually there. Maybe we'll try some black and white. It's very hard to work with these, but you can see it right there. So we're going to go ahead and move to the next photograph. Oops. Now, once again, looking at this photograph, this brings out the color of the background of these objects a lot clearer. Now, you can see they're almost in a cluster. And we've spoke about the brown dwarf stars being in clusters before. A scientist discovered a few years ago at the University of Harvard that these brown dwarf stars do have the ability to form clusters. And this seems like they are all together, right along here. And again, there's a much larger object right here. I'm going to go ahead and zoom in so you can see this a lot closer. Now again, if these were background stars, first of all, they wouldn't be appearing using a sun filter or solar filter on a camera. All you would see would be the disk of the sun. But these objects are obviously emitting light of some kind. And they all seem to be together right here. There's one up here even. Let's see if we can zoom in a little further. Well, that's about it. But this object here, here, and here, they seem to be very, very bright in the photograph. There's also one right down here, and this was the one to the lower right hand side about the 3 o'clock position. I'm going to go ahead and look at another photograph. Just a little bit closer view, and I cropped this. And this is about as far as it will zoom in. And once again, you can see these objects. These are not background stars. If they were, the whole entire photograph would be flooded with them. So once again, we are discovering that there are objects around our sun. Now, I cropped this photograph just a little bit. It will pixelize. This is as far as it will go. But there you go. There's an object right there, here. They're kind of pixelated a little bit, but this object is pretty clear, right there. Now, once again, I checked this against the solar system scope according to his date, and there is nothing that I can see behind the sun right there. Jupiter? No. Saturn? No. But that object is very clear. We're going to move on to the next photograph. This one has been lightened up just a little bit so we can take a closer look. And you can see objects here, 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 and one faintly right there. Now again, folks, you wouldn't see all of these background stars in these photographs using a sun filter or a solar filter. It's pretty amazing. He did a very, very good job at documenting these photographs. Once again, this is a cropped version. We can see another object. Oops. We can see another object right here at the bottom, and this larger object here with another object here. And then this, I just added another filter to this to try to bring out a little more of the sun and this object. And I tried my best to get the clarity of it, but it's very, very hard. And you can see it right here. It is a little pixelated. It's really not that clear, but you can see that it is a spherical object right there. No doubt. No doubt in my mind. Let's take a look at another photograph here. Okay, we've been through these. And this photograph here, this really, really sells it for me. I mean, these objects are clear as a bell. And they all seem to be in some type of a formation of some kind, stretched across the top side of the sun, but obviously off in the distance. They're not directly on top of the sun or anything of that nature. They are simply pretty far back in the distance, but close enough where you can see them. You can see them in this photograph. Clear to the visible eye from Earth? Probably not. But using a very, very strong camera with a sun or solar filter, this gentleman in Poland was able to capture absolutely fantastic photographs showing all of us that there is definitely substellar objects in our solar system near our sun. We call them brown dwarfs, Planet X, Nemesis, whatever you want to label it. Fact of the matter is, these objects are here. They are affecting our sun. The effect of the sun is definitely affecting our planet. Now, I was just looking at some earthquake data for today, and I have to say, the Earth is rocking and rolling like you wouldn't believe. And if any of you haven't checked on earthquake data, we could take a quick look at it right now. There was a kind of a weird earthquake in upstate New York, but it didn't show up on this map. It is on the USGS map. There was also some earthquake activity between Norway and northern Scotland. I haven't seen any earthquakes up here in long time. But we have a magnitude 4.4, and then right before that, a magnitude 4.8. Very shallow. Only 10 kilometers deep. But you can see there is a lot of activity going on around our planet. And just a little over an hour ago, a magnitude 6 right off the coast of Ecuador. The depth, very shallow, 15 kilometers. Now, there have been some very deep earthquakes, once again, in the South Pacific, and a lot of earthquake activity around and on the island country of New Zealand. It's not showing up on this feed. However, they have a lot of earthquake activity going on here. There was a very deep earthquake. It's not appearing on here. I don't know why they remove these earthquakes so quickly on this particular feed, but there was a very, very deep earthquake here once again, and they're going to be watching New Zealand very, very closely because this earthquake was right around here where this 4.9 was. So we're going to be watching New Zealand very closely over the period of the next 72 hours for a pretty big earthquake that may occur somewhere on the North Island. But I wanted to share those photographs with all of you, see what you think about them. Feel free to leave your comments in the comment section under the video. And folks, definitely join up with our Facebook page. Follow our Facebook page It's very easy to submit photographs and share them on the Facebook page, and also have direct messaging where you could submit small videos and photographs and drop a message. But I did want to share those photographs with you. I thought that those were very, very intriguing. And there are a few more photographs that he did send in. I'm going to be analyzing those probably later on this evening. Now, we did have a live stream scheduled for 7 p.m. with our physicist. We actually moved it to 9 p.m. Eastern Time. She needed to have a little bit more rest from her 36-hour journey. So, once again, join us on our live stream, 9 p.m. Eastern Time on the Nibiru channel. This is Scott from Planet X News. Thank you for watching.